As I comfortably sit in the living room of my beautiful home in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, I am so filled with gratitude. Yesterday, I was going through my journal and I was reflecting upon the affirmations, the scripting that I had done 6 months ago when I was in one of the most challenging experiences, having one of the most challenging experiences of my life. And so many of the things that I had written down 6 months ago had actually come true. And so in this video, I want to tell you 3 things, the most powerful things that you can do today that will change your life forever. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Ashley, and on my channel, Ashley in Africa, I talk about my experience living, moving, and doing business here on the continent of Africa. I am currently in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and have been sharing my journey over the last year in my preparation to actually move myself and my 2 young girls to South Africa. But I have a business here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I have a business in South Africa, and I just love and I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to live on 2 different coasts on the continent of Africa. Like, how dope is that, y'all? It's so dope. And I wrote that down in my journal 6 months ago. And I talked about how happy and grateful that I was that I had a beautiful home in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, as well as in Johannesburg, South Africa. So I'm still working on that home in Johannesburg. However, I am affirming and I've already seen it. So I know it's gonna come to pass. And in fact, like I mentioned, there were so many things that I had written down that had happened. And so I want to talk to you and tell you 3 ways that you can do something today that will absolutely change your life forever. And the first thing is to picture and affirm your goals daily. This is a ritualistic practice that is not only like worth it, it is essential to manifesting or creating the life of your dreams. And so I know we hear this word a lot. We hear manifesting, we hear living the life of your dreams. And some of us, we really just don't know how to do that. And while there isn't necessarily one way to do it, there are multiple ways to solve a problem, right? But one thing I do know is every time you think of something, it becomes your reality. When you think of something good, you feel good. When you think on something bad, you feel bad. And so to visualize a thought and to then connect it with a feeling and doing that every day, I'm telling you, I am a witness. This is my testimony, y'all. Whatever it is real. It works. So I want you to get out a pen and paper, and this is how I want you to not only visualize, but affirm in words and in writing your visions and your thoughts so that they can come to pass. So the way that I do it is I write down and I say, I am so happy and grateful, blank, blank, blank. So an example of this looks like, I am so happy and grateful that I am attracting loving and helpful people into my life that mean the world to me and are here for my highest and best good. I know that was long, right? But that's very intentional. And do you feel how that feels when you say that? Having come from an experience where I felt like there were so many people around me who didn't mean me well, to switch out of that mindset and into a mindset that felt better for me, affirming that I am attracting good and loving people into my life. When I tell you that shift has ultimately resulted in people coming into my life that mean me the best and like are here for me at my best and my highest self, it's so hard to explain, but I hope that you can even see it in the evolution of the content that I've been sharing. Where I was when I started this channel, I was in a place of honestly despair, right? I was trying to work myself and move myself through a situation that I really couldn't see the light. I couldn't see the outcome, but I knew as long as I continued to visualize myself in a place that felt good, in a place that felt familiar, that was in line with my vision and my highest self, that I would get there. And I got there. And another example of that is I am so happy and grateful to be experiencing the sun in East Africa, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to put my feet and my body in the Indian Ocean next to my girls as we enjoy fresh fruit and mangoes and chicken and fresh juice prepared for us upon our order, right? Like, and it's so detailed and it's so intricate, but it was essentially the feeling that I wanted to have, the feeling that I remembered having, that I knew I would have again one day. So that's number one, daily visualizing, thinking, and affirming it, saying it out loud, writing it down. It will change your life, y'all. And I don't know if it will take 6 months, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 years, but I'm telling you, it will absolutely happen, and it will change your life. Your thoughts, your words, change your life. All right. Number 3, every day, write down 10 things that you are grateful for. Say and speak out loud 10 things that you are grateful for. I remember I used to do this with my daughter when we were going to drop her off at school when we lived in the US. And it was a great way for us to connect with each other. It was a great way for me to understand what was happening in her life that she was happy about. And it was also a great way for her to understand what was happening in my life that I was grateful about. And it's a great thing to do as a family or even as an individual, because there's no way that you can continue to wake up or walk through life feeling bad when you talk about the things that you're grateful for. And there is always something to be grateful for. Another day, another opportunity to achieve and fulfill your dreams. Another breath that you take when you're seeing so many other people that don't have that same opportunity. And for me, to be living a life of freedom that feels safe, where I feel secure, where I feel supported, where I feel empowered as a mother, as a African woman, as a Black woman from America that has migrated to a continent that I couldn't have imagined I would be living on 5 years ago. Regardless of any struggle, any challenge, I am grateful for this experience every day. And I give thanks every day, regardless of what's happening around me. And it will absolutely change your life. So that one wasn't as long as the first one because it's pretty self-explanatory. But every day, write those things down, speak those things out loud. And as a pro tip, do that with your family to help encourage these young children today that are dealing with so many peer pressures and so many different challenges in the world, offline and in social media. Get them to start thinking about gratitude and developing a daily practice of gratitude, because that is what brings more love and abundance into our life, right? And so the last thing is, if you're struggling with trying to understand your purpose, you're struggling to understand what you should be doing, figure out a way to help people. There is absolutely no way that you can ever go without, that you can ever feel a level of depression on a regular basis if you're helping people, right? And so whether I am sharing content that is resonating with you or that can help another family make this journey a bit more easier or simplistic for them, or if it's making sure that I am making enough so that I can hire and continue to employ people here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, or if I am just also thinking about how I can continue to invest in the experiences and the education of my children. The fact that I am constantly thinking about how I can help another person, not how I can do for another person or how I can take care of another person. How can I add value to their life? So I don't want you to get this caught up with how am I doing and giving to other people that may or may not value you, right? How do I know that I am doing something that another person finds value in? And it's through their actions. And so many of you pour into the comments and you share with me how what I'm sharing is valuable for you and how it's helpful for you and how it's helped you take that next step in your journey. And that's how I know that I'm doing something that is helpful, not only through your actions, but in the volume and the way that this channel has grown. And so I hope you found value in this today. And if you have, please be sure to like this video and share it with someone else that you think would find value in it as well. And I'm sure it will come back to you in a way that you'll least expect it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have an interest in moving abroad with yourself or your family, or even extending and expanding your business here on the continent, I would love to help you and advise you through that process. You can click the link below to find time on my calendar. And I've also created a course called the Expat Expense, especially for you, so that you can feel financially prepared and confident to make your journey abroad. Well, until the next video, I will see you soon.